Hello, my name is Knightley, or you can call me Max. This video is a little different from what I usually post, because today we're diving into a review of Five Nights at Freddy's, Secret of the...
Why do you look so familiar?
Freddy executes.
Oh my god, it's the bus station guy from Black Ops 2.
Right out the gate, I gotta give credit where credit's due. This game's gameplay loop is actually really good. The movement feels solid, the level design is tight, and the hand crank mechanic, along with the generator, easily one of the best additions I've seen in a FNAF related title
what in the
in years.
fuck is that thing? Nuh-uh. Nah, fam. No.
It's
Yes,
tense
sir.
in a good way, physically having to move your mouse in a circle to crank open doors while something's hunting you down adds a layer of stress that isn't just a jump scare.
Oh my god.
It's interaction-based horror, and it works. The environments themselves are really well done too. There's almost an oppressive, dark vibe that keeps you feeling uneasy but curious. It wants you to explore, and for the most part, I felt rewarded doing so.
What the fuck, amigo? We're just gonna let that thing run wild? Isn't that like, that's like a militaristic threat right there. The military should intervene. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why the hell isn't the military here, man?
Chase scenes are intense sometimes. That's my first big issue. The issue being is that a lot of times they're unclear on where you should go. Most of the time, the design does a great job guiding you forward without hand-holding, but there are definitely moments where I ran straight into dead ends because I didn't know where the game wanted me to go. Not a deal breaker, but worth mentioning, obviously. Visually, Secret of the Mimic really delivers a strong first impression. This isn't some decaying pizza or a haunted hallway. It's a functional factory. Although it does look like it's starting to go into a little bit of ruin, it still looks good. The game opens with something that caught me off guard in a good way. Animatronic showcases, fully staged presentations meant to sell you on the technology, the characters, the performance. And honestly, it was really cool.
What in the hell is this?
Welcome, welcome. The show's just begun. There's so much to be done. You want to be here to stay. It's a one-of-a-kind fantasy workshop where you'll quite simply be amazed.
I don't like him. I don't like that one. Burn it. Burn it. Hippo. I don't like that one, man.
A death-defying dive! Hit it, Mr. Octopus!
Octopus. Hell yeah. This guy's amazing. He's chilling. This is overstimulating. Yes.
When it comes to the story, Secret of the Mimic starts off pretty straightforward. You're playing as a Fazbear employee named Arnold, sent into the off-book facility to retrieve a blueprint. The setup's honestly kind of good. It gives you a purpose, a clear goal, and the reason to be in this place.
Arnold. Hey, buddy. This is Dispatch with Fazbear Entertainment. How are you feeling?
Well, since you asked, I just finished a 36-hour shift, and I'm struggling to stay awake. Frankly, I tried to tell my manager that I can't work like this anymore.
Awesome to hear. Well, listen, we need you to take one more shift for us, since you're our closest technician in the area.
Wait, what? I can barely keep my eyes open.
I could
I
drive.
know, the grind is exhilarating, isn't it? We're so happy to have you on the Fazbear team. You can't fool me. We're just trying to snag one of those $25 gift certificates at the end of the year for outstanding performance.
What? No, I'm doing it because you guys keep threatening to dock my pay and rebuild my truck.
I love that enthusiasm. So anyway, this will be a piece of cake. We had this contractor named Edwin Murray. He was developing some tech for us, but he's gone quiet.
But the deep lore, that's where things, in my personal opinion, get murky. There's lore here, no doubt about it. Logs, terminals, subtle environment clues. It's all there if you want to hunt for it. And if you really dig, you'll uncover some character development for the Mimic and a bit more backstory about the facility and its purposes. The lore here feels strangely disconnected from the rest of FNAF. The Mimic's origins, the AI, the whole facility, it all feels like it could have existed in its own universe. And honestly, that might have worked better. Because trying to cram this into FNAF's already clunky, overloaded timeline just makes it hard to follow and harder to care about. It's like adding a whole new season to a TV show that already wrapped up 3 seasons ago. You could do it, sure, but it starts to feel forced.
Let me in! Let me in!
So yeah, the game does have lore, and if you want to deep dive into it, it's there. But it's not well integrated unless you've already invested in FNAF's massive rabbit hole of a timeline. The story isn't going to do much to pull you in. Let's talk about something that's been really driving me fucking insane since I started playing this game. The year apparently in this game is 1979, and we're somehow expected to believe that the technology in this facility, these fluid, hyper-advanced AI-powered animatronics existed at that time. This is the same era where the most advanced computer you could own had a whopping 8 kilobytes of RAM and looked like a microwave. The first commercial CPU came out in 71. The tech boom hadn't even started yet. And we're supposed to believe there's a fully functioning AI-based murder robot sprinting through a secret facility with better pathfinding than most 2024 indie games? Let's not forget, one of the reasons the original FNAF 1 and FNAF 2 felt so creepy is because the animatronics felt real. They looked like they would be clunky and mechanical. They looked like their movements wouldn't be smooth. It looked like it would be jerky, unnatural, and slow. Like they would be powered by rusted gears and dying servos. That's what made them terrifying, to me at least. But here, in Secrets of the Mimic, these things don't move. They fucking sprint. They perform perfectly timed chase sequence with fluid motion capture animatronics and human-level AI. It's not eerie, it's straight-up science fiction. And don't get me wrong, it's cool. But it sure as hell doesn't belong in 79. In my opinion, it almost kills the immersion. The entire timeline just buckles under how advanced this facility is supposed to be. And the worst part, the Mimic itself. The Mimic is an AI entity that can mimic voices, personalities, and behavior so well that it now creates a get-out-of-lore-free card. Like, what's stopping them from just saying, oh, hey, it wasn't William Afton in the spring Bonnie suit. It was the Mimic all along. I mean, obviously we know Afton was behind the original murders. There's plenty of established lore and context. But by introducing something like the Mimic, they've created this little narrative loophole where anyone or anything can just be the Mimic in disguise. And that's dangerous, because when you can rewrite any part of the franchise's core history with it was the Mimic, it makes the entire foundation shaky. What was supposed to be grounded in a creepy Chuck E. Cheese-style animatronic and urban legends has now spiraled into Skynet, but with a top hat. Look, I get franchises evolve. I'm not asking for the series to stay stuck in 2014, but you can't pretend this is all part of one coherent timeline when the technology and Secret of the Mimic makes Fazbear Entertainment look like a bedtime story. At some point, you have to ask, are we still telling a horror story, or are we just making excuses to sell more lore? So where does this all leave Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic? Well, it's a game with some real strengths, innovation, mechanics, solid atmosphere, and movements that genuinely grabbed my attention. But it's also a game that feels lost trying to find its place in the franchise. The lore is messy and hidden. The timeline feels impossible. And honestly, if they could somehow make the lore more connected and coherent, maybe it would be better. But the FNAF lore is already clunky as it is, and adding this whole new sci-fi angle just muddies the waters. That's my take on Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic, just to be clear. This is my personal opinion. Everyone experiences games differently, and if you enjoyed it, that's awesome. No hard feelings here. I'm just sharing what I thought after playing through it and trying to figure out where it fits in the franchise. If you disagree or have your own thoughts, I'd love to hear them. Let's keep the conversation respectful and fun.